Hello and welcome you all in the class of entomology. Today I am explaining about the structure, modification and physiology of endocrine and exocrine glands in case of the insects. Insects are the very important creatures onto the lands. They are modified into the three types of the insects. They are nothing but the economically important insects, then economically, that is the harmful insects, and the neutral insects. These are the three kinds of the insect which is available onto these lands, and they are act as a very important agents in case of these ecosystem. Okay, now let's we see about the structure, modification and physiology of the endocrine glands and exocrine glands in case of the insects. Okay, as we are already known that all the mechanical, physical and physiological activity of the living beings is under the control of the chemical messenger. The chemical messenger are nothing but that is the hormones. Okay, now similar kinds of these hormones, they are present in case of the insects. Okay, they regulate the different kinds of the mechanism in case of the insects. In case of the insect, there is having the two types of the glands. They are broadly classified into the, that is the exocrine glands and the endocrine glands. Okay, they are also known as the exocrine gland system and the endocrine gland system in case of the insects. Okay, so now first of all we will focus on to the exocrine glands. Exocrine glands are nothing but the glands which are having the ability to transport their secretion along with the ducts. They are known as the exocrine glands. Okay, then these exocrine glands, they are having the ability to send chemical signals outside body, that is the cuticle layers. They may be single cell or the small aggregates of the secretory cells, or can be complex glands. They are act as a exocrine glands are generally of ectodermal origin and are widely scattered over the insects. Example of the exocrine glands are not but the simple unicellular glands, then unicellular cell with the ductile cells, simple aggregations of the gland cells, aggregation of the gland cells with the common ducts, complex aggregations of the glands with the common ducts. Okay, these are the different kinds of the glands which is present in case of the insects. Now these are the diagrammatic presentations of the exocrine glands in case of the insect. They are nothing but the unicellular, simple unicellulars. They are just outgrowth of the epithelial cells which is present here in the form of the unicellular glands. Then unicellular glands with the ductules. Okay, unicellular glands with the ductules. Then the simple aggregations of the glands in the epithelial regions. Then there is the aggregations of the same ducts which is occurred here. Aggregations of the duct which is occurred in case of the exocrine glands. Then the complex duct, that is here is the lobe like structures, and these lobes are nothing but the exocrine cells. These exocrine cells synthesize and secrete their secretion and transport it with the help of these ductules. Okay, and they are utilized for the variety of purposes in case of the living being, that is the digestion, then metabolisms of the insects. Now functionally the exocrine glands, they are having the different functions. They are nothing but the defense, intraspecific communication, then building structural materials. They are transport of the materials in the liquid states. Okay, so there are the four important functions of the exocrine glands are occurred in case of the insect. They are nothing but they are involved in the defense mechanism, they are involved in the intraspecific communication, they are involved in the building structural materials, they are also involved in the transport of the materials in liquid states. Okay, now first of all we will focus on to the defense of the exocrine, defense mechanisms of the insect by the exocrine glands. They are act as a venoms. exocrine secretion in case of the some insect act as a venoms. They are alarms pheromones. Natural soldiers of the termite produce the sticky defensive materials from the enlarged frontal glands. Now in case of the termites, now soldiers of the termites having the ability to secrete the sticky defensive materials from the enlarged frontal glands which is present in their thoracic regions. Okay, then the second important functions of these exocrine glands are nothing but the intraspecific communication. Exocrine glands, they are involved in the intraspecific communication. Now the glands in many insects produce the chemicals that serve as the signals of various sorts for other members of the same species. Okay, now the chemical secretions of the insects having the ability to make the intraspecific communication means within the species they are having the ability to make the communication with the different developmental stages. Okay, or male and female communications with the help of these chemical secretion, that is the pheromones. These are called the pheromones. Okay, so with the help of species specific pheromones, the opposite sex of the insect, they get attracted to each others. So such kind of the exocrine secretions which is occurred in case of the insects. Now they are also involved in the building structural material. As earlier I told you that there are the three different kinds of the insects. They are reported from the different corners of the world. They are broadly classified into the three categories, that is the economically important insects, economically harmful insects, and neutral insects. Economically important insects are nothing but those insects they are utilized for the sake of human beings. Then economically harmful insects are nothing but those they are having the ability to destroy the cultivated crops, and they are also act as a agents for spreading the different diseases in case of the animals. Then the neutral insects are those they are not having the ability to act as a economically important, and they are not act as a harmful effects in case of the other insects. So they are known as the neutral insects. Okay, so neutral insects are those they are not having the ability to make the different type of that is the harmful effects in case of the other animals, or they are not having the ability to produce the economically important materials. So they are known as the neutral insects. Okay, for example, here the economically insects are those they are used for the sake of human beings. Now in case of the, that is the Bombyx murray, then honeybee, then that is the lac insects, honeybee, lac insects, and the silkworms. These are the economically insect which is occurred onto these lands, and they are used for the sake of human beings. Okay, now these exocrine glands in case of these economically important insects are having the ability to form the building structural material. That is the structural material includes the wax and the silk threads. Okay, exocrine secretion of the economically important insect, they are having the ability to produce the wax and silk. Then they are also having the ability, that is the, in case of the honeybee, wax is secreted by the epidermal glands to construct the honeycombs. Okay, and these honeycomb, they are actually used for the nursing of the young one in case of the honeybee. Later on, these wax also used for the variety of purposes in case of the sake of human beings. Then the fourth important functions of the exocrine glands in case of the insects are nothing but the transport of the materials in liquid states. Now here they are having the ability, that is the exocrine gland, they are having the ability to transport of the material in liquid state. For example, in case of the salivary glands, as we are already known that the salivary glands are the very important glands which is present in case of the thoracic regions of the insects, and they are having the ability to secrete and synthesize the salivary amylase, and this salivary amylase having the ability to acts on to the food material for the digestion, for their digestion. Okay, then they are also act as accessory glands and the spermatical glands, that is the exocrine glands, they are also act as a accessory glands and spermatical glands assist the transport of the spermatozoa. Okay, now these that is the exocrine glands having the ability to make the that is the accessory glands and spermatical glands, they are beneficial for assist of the transport of the spermatozoa. So these are the important functions of the exocrine glands in case of the insects. We will turn toward the another glands, that is the endocrine glands, which is present in case of the insect. Now endocrine glands are those glands having the ability to perform the variety of regulation in case of the insect body. Okay, now they are the endocrine glands because these are the secretion of these glands, they are poured directly into the blood stream. They are not having the any type of the ducts, they are not having the any type of the duct, therefore they are known as the endocrine gland. There are different types of the endocrine glands, they are present in the body of the insects. Okay, now these are endocrine glands, typically they are ductless and their secretions are usually released directly into the hemolymph, that is the blood of the insects. Blood of the insects are known as the hemolymph. Okay, then the endocrine system involved with the secretion of hormones. Hormones are the chemical messenger, they are having the ability to regulate the variety of cellular activity, mechanical activity and physical and physiological activity in case of the insects. They are commonly functions in close coordination with one another. Now the hormone, they are commonly functions in close coordination with one another. In case of the insect, the largest and most obvious endocrine glands are found in the prothorax just behind the head. Okay, in case of the insect species, the largest and most obvious endocrine glands, they are found in the prothorax just behind the head. Okay, endocrine glands and the nervous system in case of the insect, they are mutually coordinated to each other, therefore this system also known as the neuroendocrine system in case of the insects. Now the hormones are involved with the long term adjustment to changes in the external and or internal environment. Now the hormones are having the ability to involve with the long term adjustment to changes in the external and or internal environment of the cell or whole organism. Nervous system only provide the short term adjustment to changes in the external and or internal environments. Comparatively, nervous system only provide a short term adjustment to changes in the external and or internal environments. Now the major endocrine structure which is observed in case of the insects are nothing but the corpora alata, corpora cardiaca and thoracic glands. These are the three important endocrine structures, they are observed in case of the insects. They are corpora alata, corpora cardiaca and thoracic glands. Now they are having the ability Now these endocrine structure having the ability to secrete and synthesize the specialized hormones, which is having the ability to regulate the different aspects in case of the body of insects. Insects have special cells. In the body of the insect there is a having the special cells. They are known as the neurosecretory cells that secretes the neurohormones. Neurosecretory cells, they are having the ability to secrete the neurohormones in the body of insect. They act as the link between the nervous and endocrine system. Now these neurohormones, they are act as a link between the nervous and endocrine system in case of the insects. Now neurosecretory cells, they are located in the protocerebrum. Protocerebrum is the part of the brain in case of the insects. Protocerebrum, then subesophageal and other ventral chain ganglion and corpus caudicum. Okay. Now these neurosecretory cells, they are located in the protocerebrum, subesophageal and other ventral chain ganglion and corpus caudicum in the brain of the insects. In the brain of the insects. Now the corpora allata produces and secretes the juvenile hormones. Corpora allata produces and secreted the hormone. They are known as the juvenile hormone, and this juvenile hormone having the ability to make the metamorphosis in case of the insects. So they take vital role or crucial role in the metamorphosis of the insect. As we are already known that in case of the insect, the larva or the young one of the insect, they are not look like their adult parents. At that time there is a need to undergo the modification, and the modification are nothing but the metamorphosis, and the metamorphosis is takes place under the control of the juvenile hormone, and these juvenile hormone, they are secreted and synthesized by the corpora allata as a neuroendocrine, that is the endocrine secretion. Then the thoracic glands or the prothoracic gland, they are having the ability to secrete hormones that initiate the molting process, that is the ecdysial hormones. The second important hormone they are secreted by the thoracic glands are nothing but the ecdysial hormone, and these ecdysial hormone are required for the molting. As we are already known that the development of the insect, they are takes place by following the different developmental stages, that is the molting. First molting, second molting, third molting, and so on. And these molting in case of the insect, they are under the control of the hormone. They are known as the molting hormone. These hormone are nothing but the ecdysial hormone. Prothoracic glands are only found in case of the immature insect. Now the prothoracic glands, they are occurred in case of the immature insect, that is the larval insect or the nymphal insects. Okay. In many Diptera species, the corpus allatum is fused with the corpus caudicum, forming a ring gland, also known as the Weismann's ring or Vicky. Okay. Now in case of the Diptera species, the corpus allatum is fused with the corpus caudicum, forming a ring gland, also known as the Weismann's ring or Vicky. Weismann's rings or the Vicky. Now in case of the Diptera species, the corpus allatum and corpus caudicum, they get fused. Okay. Now in case of the Lepidoptera species, the corpus allatum act as a release site for the thoracicotropic hormone, which is generated by the brain. Okay. Now in case of the Lepidoptera, that is the uh, flies. Papilio is the well-known example of the order Lepidoptera. Okay. Now the carpus alatum act as a release site for the prothoracicotropic hormone, which is generated by the brain or the wiki in case of the insect. These are the diagrammatic presentation of the endocrine structure in case of the insects, as we are already known that in case of the insect, that is the nervous system and endocrine system, they are coordinated to each other. Now here in the brain region there is a two lobes, that is the corpora alata. Okay, here is the brain, then here there is a having corpus cardiacum. Okay, now in this diagrammatic presentation the pink shading indicates the locations of the endocrine structure which is present in the body of the insects. Okay, now we are already known that the subesophageal and then corpora alata, then corpora cardiaca and thoracic glands, they are act as a endocrine structure in case of the insects. Okay, now here is the two lobes of the corpora cardiaca and here is the two lobes of the corpora alata. Okay, so these corpora cardiaca and the corpora alata, they are fused in case of the, that is the dipteran species. Okay. Now here in this diagrammatic presentation there is a clear cut demarcation, that is the pink shading anatomical structure shows the endocrine structures. Okay, so here is the corpora alata and corpora cardiaca, then there is having the sub-esophageal ganglions or the ring-like structures. Okay, here is the prothoracic glands, these are the prothoracic glands and these are act as a the endocrine structure in case of the insect species. Okay, and they are having the ability to secrete and synthesize the hormones which is utilized for the regulation of the metabolic processes. Okay, physiological, metabolic processes, reproductive processes and so on. Now functions of the endocrine glands in case of the insects are: number one is these hormones or the endocrine system in case of the insects having the ability to regulate the molting of the insects. Molting is the process which is under the control of the secretion and synthesis of the ecdysone hormones. Okay, and these ecdysone hormones, they are actually secreted by the thoracic glands. Okay, now these hormones, they are having the ability to determinations of the form at metamorphosis. They are also involved in the polymorphism in case of the insects. They are having the ability to regulations of the diapause in case of the insects. The hormones, they are involved in the reproductions of the insects. Reproduction is again under the control of the endocrine system in case of the insects. Okay, so whatever the hormone which is required for the maturations of the gonads, they are secreted and synthesized by these type of the endocrine system in case of the insects. They are regulation of the metabolic activities and general body function is under the control of the that is the hormones. They are also having the ability to regulation of the behavior in case of the insect. They are also involved in the regulations of the pre-programmed cell death or autopsies in case of the insects. Now the hormone is a chemical signal sent from the cells in one part of an organism to cells in another part or the parts of the same individual. They are often regarded as a chemical messenger. Although typically produce a very small quantities, hormones may cause profound changes in their target cells. Their effects may be stimulatory or inhibitory. In some cases, a single hormones may have multiple target and cause different effects in each target. There are at least 4 categories of the hormone producing cells in an insect body. They are nothing but the endocrine glands, okay, then neurohumoral organs, neurosecretory cells, and internal organs. These are the 4 important categories of the, that is the hormone producing cells in the body of the insects. They are endocrine glands, neurohumoral organs, neurosecretory cells, and internal organs. Endocrine glands are nothing but the, we are already known that the endocrine glands are nothing but the, they are not having the any ducts, okay. They are secretory structure adapted exclusively for producing the hormone and release them into the circulatory system. Then second one is the neurohumoral organs, similar to the endocrine glands, but they store their secretory products in a special chamber until stimulated to release it by a signal from the nervous system or another hormone. Neurosecretory cells are the another type of the endocrine cells which is occurred in case of the insects. They are specialized nerve cells that responds to the stimulation by producing and secreting specific chemical messenger. Functionally, they serve as the link between the nervous system and the endocrine system. Another one is the internal organs. Hormone producing cells are associated with the numerous organs of the body, including the ovaries and testes and fat body and parts of the digestive system. Together, these hormones secrete structure from the endocrine system that helps maintain homeostasis, coordinate behavior, and regulate growth, development, and other physiological activities in case of the insect. In insects, the largest and most obvious endocrine glands found in the prothoracic region just behind the head. These are nothing but the prothoracic glands, manufacture the ecdysteroid group of the closely related steroid hormone, including the ecdysone, that stimulate the synthesis of chitin and a protein in epidermal cells and trigger a cascade of physiological events that culminates in molting. For this reason, the ecdysteroids are often called molting hormones. Once an insect reaches the adult stage, its prothoracic glands atrophy and it will never molt again. Prothoracic glands produces and release the ecdysteroid only after they have been stimulated by the another chemical messenger, that is the prothoracicotropic hormone. Prothoracicotropic hormone, they are actually secreted from the Carpora alata, that is this compound is peptide hormone secreted by the Carpora cardiaca, a pair of the neurohumoral organs located on the wall of the aorta just behind the brain. The Carpora cardiaca release their store of the prothoracicotropic hormone only after they receive a signal from the neurosecretory cells in the brain. In a sense, they act as a signal amplifiers, sending out a big pulse of the hormone to the body in response to a small message from the brain. The Carpora alata, another pair of the neurohumoral organs, lies just behind the Carpora cardiaca. They manufacture the juvenile hormone, that is GH, a compound that inhibits the development of the adult characteristics during the immature stages and promote the sexual maturity during the adult stages. Neurosecretory cells in the brain regulate the activity of the Carpora alata, stimulating them to produce the juvenile hormone during the larval or nymphal instar, inhibiting them during the transitions to adulthood, and reactivating them once the adult is ready for reproduction. The chemical structure of the juvenile hormone is rather unusual. It is sequestrafin compound, more similar to defense chemical found in pine trees than to any other animal hormones. The neurosecretory cells are found in the cluster both medially and laterally in the insect brain. Axons from these cells can trace along the nerves that run to the Carpora cardiaca and Carpora alata. The cell produce and secrete brain hormone, low molecular weight peptide that appears to be the same as prothoracicotropic hormones manufactured by the Carpora cardiaca. Insect physiologists suspect that brain hormone is found to a larger carrier protein while it is inside the neurosecretory cell, and some believe that each cluster of cells may produce as many as 3 different brain hormones or hormone carrier combination. Large number of the neurosecretory cells also occur in the ventral ganglion of the nerve cord, but their function is unknown. Many other tissues and organs of the body also produce the hormone. Ovaries and testes, for example, produce the gonadal hormone that have been shown to coordinate courtships and the mating behaviors in case of the insects. Ventral ganglions in the nervous system produces and compound eclosion hormone that helps in insect shed its old exoskeleton, and another compound that is bursicons that cause hardening and the tanning of the new one. There are still other hormones that control the level of the sugar dissolved in the blood, adjust salt and water balance, and regulate the protein metabolism. Principal exocrine glands, they are, that is the nothing but the pheromones in case of the termites, in case of the honeybees, in case of the blister beetles. Okay, there is having this exocrine glands which is having the ability to secrete their secretion in the form of the exocrine secretion. They are used for the variety of purposes. I have already explained about this. Okay, so here is the diagrammatic presentation in case of the termite. As we are already known that in case of the termite there is having the thoracic glands which is having the ability to secrete the cementing materials which is used for the defense mechanism in case of the termites. Okay, so thank you so much for patiently listening these video lectures. If you have any queries, then you will go to my video, that is YouTube channels, and mention your comments, give your valuable feedbacks. Okay, these feedbacks help to me for improving the that is the material which is required for the students. Okay, thank you so much one and all.